What's up, YouTube? It's Alisha here. So, we stumbled upon a video when I was streaming and talking to a lot of different things, and we stumbled on a video of EDP445, a huge new update. And I was about to watch it off stream before, and I just fucking forgot it. And when I was streaming, we were watching other YouTube videos, and we saw this video pop up, and we were like, okay, because we were discussing about the pedos in social media at that point. So that was actually a perfect place for us to watch that video. So we did. But before we go any further, remember to subscribe. Why would you subscribe? Here are a lot of different reasons: sports, games, culture, music, news, trending, controversies, reaction videos, politics, comedy, lifestyle, vlogs, tips and tricks, gameplay, and fucking world records. Even fucking world records. Also, like the video, comment down below what you think about it. Let's continue. So, EDP445 was a relatively big YouTuber, like millions of subscribers. He was an outspoken person, like didn't really have any censure at all. But then he got exposed by some dark and grim skeletons in his closet, which was a good thing, as you can see on the video. Not gonna spoil it anymore. Enjoy the video. See you on the next one.
As a result of people exposing his employment to TikTok. He's apparently complete.
Okay, so a little background from EDP445. He got caught trying to meet up a 13-year-old girl. EDP445 was a really big YouTuber, and also a lot of other like social media platforms. And he got insta deleted when he got caught in 4K. And then he tried to come back on different platforms, and he got deleted from there. And well, basically his life has been on a downhill spiral ever since he got caught.
Completely out of money, and as a result has been evicted from a few different properties and is now living out of a suitcase in a couple of unconventional crappy locations. However, the craziest update in the EDP445 tragedy is that only 3 weeks ago, according to one of his former YouTube buddies by the name of Felipe, the big man himself has actually been put behind bars.
This is the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center. Inmate Brian Moreland would like to receive the call, and I said yes.
Things have gotten so bad for EDP that right now as we speak, he's applying to have his name legally changed. However, in a world of tit for tat where you unavoidably reap what you sow, it's hard to say that this punishment is undeserving. And in this video, you'll see how bad things can truly become if you plant weeds in your garden as opposed to flowers.
Yeah, like he tried to go to regular jobs, but the internet didn't let him. Immediately when he was seen in a job, the internet contacted the employee and let them know what kind of a person EDP445 is, and he got fired from at least a couple of jobs because of that.
To what extent should a person's life be ruined for the mistakes made in their own past? At what point, if ever, should EDP445 be forgiven for his own foolish decisions? Does EDP445's work completed prior to his cancellation hold any residual value, or was it rendered completely and utterly useless from the second he showed up to that cursed Bakersfield motel? We asked this last question because prior to the 18th of April 2021, things were actually going reasonably well for EDP445. If you look at his Social Blade graph, you'll see that he gained 520,000 subscribers over the course of 2 months in April and May of 2020. People loved him because he was one of the last few YouTubers who had absolutely no filter. He was unconcerned about ad revenue and therefore swore like a trooper while tackling some of the most crass yet hilarious topics. EDP445's unconventional mind was always spoken honestly, so he stood out as unique. It's not surprising either. In a world where everyone else online is always walking on eggshells, trying not to offend anyone, EDP445's brash attitude and unapologetic approach to life was somewhat refreshing.
There's always going to be an audience for people like EDP445, like those who has no censorship, those who just speak whatever comes to their mind. And I occasionally enjoy watching videos like that. Do I speak like that myself? Not really. Like I used to when I was younger. But now that I'm a family man and I have children of my own, I really try to lead by example. Of course, I swear. But I'm also trying to get away from that. But when English is not your first language, you often like replace fuck with words, or words with fuck, or shit, or ass. That's easier for us. But I'm learning by when I'm going. So, but I do enjoy occasionally watching people who doesn't have any filters. No particular reason though. Majority of the time I don't watch them. But from time to time, why the fuck not?
For those who saw the world in a similar way. However, of course, such an approach wasn't without.
But a side note, I have never watched a single episode or a single video of EDP445. Even when I heard about the controversy, I haven't watched a single video of EDP445.
Controversy. In 2017, as a result of his unconventional content, he'd be banned from YouTube for a period of 2 weeks, while Twitter was a little harsher, placing a ban on his main EDP445 account permanently. Additionally, after hitting 1 million subscribers in early 2020, YouTube refused to send EDP a gold play button, stating that the channel didn't match their eligibility criteria.
Because according to them, my channel doesn't match the criteria. And I'm like, my channel has 0 community guideline strikes. It has 0 copyright strikes.
EDP would gain support from other large YouTubers such as Some Ordinary Gamers, who stated that the refusal was stupid.
YouTube, can you just give this dude his play button? If he doesn't get his play button, I'm gonna buy him his play button.
While EDP was also made a custom YouTube play button by a fan of the channel, displaying the love and support he had from the community at the time. However, perhaps YouTube and Twitter were able to see something objectively that those who loved and supported him could not. They might have seen that a man with such an unfiltered mind may have also been hiding some dirty skeletons in the closet, and correct is what they would eventually be. On the 18th of April 2021,
I feel like the reason pedos are prevalent is that the progress made in tech has not been matched in social progress, starting with the education and extending to workplaces and groups organizations. Yeah, and like I would argue that predators have their lives have been made a lot easier for the past 5 years or so. I don't know why, but a lot of like social media platforms, a lot of big tech companies and game developers have took the step of like not intervening and just like sweeping it under a rug that this isn't happening in our platform. Instead of like admitting that there's a problem, they are just sweeping it under a rug until the shit hits the fan. Then they care for a couple of weeks until the noise is lowered, and then business as usual. Case in point, Roblox, which I have personal experience of. My daughter was sexually harassed in Roblox and also attacked by predators on Roblox. And the fucking staff of Roblox said that they don't agree with this. It's against the TOS. But unfortunately, we can't go to private chats because they're private and people have the right for privacy. And then I said, well, they are basically living in this one server. Well, we can't do anything about that because the server is made by this person, so we don't technically own the server. And I was like, what? Yeah, lucky for me, my daughter didn't realize what was happening, and I needed to explain her what it was. But then my daughter got again attacked in what the fuck was the animal game? Yeah, Animal Jam. This is a fucking huge. That was apparently a huge mobile game. But yeah, he got attacked again there. But yeah, basically they just washed their hands and said that, well, we can't really do a thing because you were on a private server, which every fucking server in Roblox is quote unquote private servers, and chats are private. Consider private property unless you're selling Roblox currency. Then there isn't no privacy in the fucking chats, and there's no privacy in servers. Roblox can then shut down servers if you're selling the currency there, or farming the currency there. And if you're selling it by chat, they can also ban your fucking account and check the chat logs. If Roblox is losing money because of what you do, then they can shut down the server and check your chat logs. But if they're not losing money, they don't give a shit. That's basically Roblox.
EDP445 was caught in 4K on his way to pick up a cupcake. The topic was covered by almost everyone in the commentary community.
I'm sure by now many of you have at least heard of the EDP445 situation.
Creators who supported him in the past, such as Some Ordinary Gamers, would upload a video
Failures and abuses have existed since the beginning of time. It's a form of exerting dominance over a weaker individual. Yeah, and social media has made it way easier. Because you can create a fucking fake profile that looks real. And that's like, instead of putting only a hook to the water and try luring a fish with only a hook, you put a little worm on the hook. And the social and the fucking creating the profile, like treating the profile like a job, is swapping the worm from the hook and actually putting a lure in it. It's fucking insane.
titled EDP445 needs to be arrested immediately.
Why has EDP been dropping hard? Because EDP is an individual that actually got Chris Hansen.
And after it was revealed that a similar situation had occurred as many as 8 times prior, many considered EDP unforgivable, and his life would subsequently descend into a state of chaos, what you might call the beginning of the end. In the 7 days following the expose, EDP445 would lose 200,000 subscribers, almost 10% of his entire count. However, how many followers he lost initially didn't actually matter, because 7 days later, his remaining 2 million subscribers would disappear entirely after YouTube decided to ban his account altogether. At the time of his banning, EDP was exactly 30 years old, and had been creating content since 2010 when he was 19 years old. So the 179 million views deleted in the process meant that his entire portfolio of work completed in his 20s, 10 plus years worth of labor, was wiped out.
That's okay. This is also lesson number 1. If you have a shit ton of content on your YouTube page, buy an external HDD hard drive. 10 tera costs like, I don't know, a couple of $100. Buy one of those, download every fucking video you have, and save them in your external hard drive. So in that way, if YouTube or any other reason you lose all your content, they are saved. I have, in hindsight, I haven't done that yet, but I should do that already, because I already have 189, was it? 189 videos. Most of them I have because I have a lot of storage in my computer. A lot of them I have stored already on my HDD SATA drive on my computer, which is where I store every picture, every video, everything.
Quite literally overnight. One mistake was all it took for YouTube to decide that EDP445 no longer deserved either his celebrity status or any kind of record relating to any of his work completed in the past.
I think this is kind of misleading, because the one crime he did was, well, pedophilia.
Another method that EDP had for earning an online income was Cameo. You could order a personalized video and get EDP to say anything you instructed him to for the low price of $44. However, following the infamous cupcake event, Cameo would be contacted by numerous individuals who would receive responses along the lines of, "Hey there, thank you for reaching out. Our team is aware of the allegations and are actively investigating this. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Kindly Melita." Less than a week later, EDP445's Cameo account was deleted. Another income stream had gone up in smoke. EDP445 then attempted to switch to Facebook. However, after gaining 6,000 followers, he'd be banned from the platform. It was the same story over on Instagram. His main account was terminated, at which point EDP was likely coming to terms with the harsh reality of his cancellation. However, just before his Facebook was deleted, he'd make one final interesting.
I think the word cancellation isn't the right word to use here. Cancellation in my okay, well, in its right usage, cancellation is the right one to use, because he should be cancelled. He shouldn't have a platform. But how the word cancelled is used in today's spectrum, cancelled isn't the right word, because majority of the time people are using cancelled when it's arguable when there's an argument that he could have be innocent, then it's called a cancellation. Because the process is still ongoing. But he got caught. So then it's not cancellation because there's no argument that he's innocent. He didn't try to meet the 13-year-old girl because there was proof of that.
Announcement. He planned on making his own website to which he would continue posting videos.
EDP445 announced over on Facebook that he will be making his grand return to the internet with his own website to return to his old video type, I guess.
Just want to let you guys know, man, EDP445.com. It's coming soon. Been about like a week, maybe 2 weeks from now.
EDP445 seemingly got to the point of fully building the website, as discussed by Tipster here on YouTube.
It still says coming soon, still says today's date. It does look like EDP is actually serious about this whole launching a website thing.
However, after an apparent falling out with his website developer, as mentioned in a Reddit comment, the launch seemed to fail.
Update, the website is now returning an error 500. So it looks like he's been having a little bit of trouble launching the site. Hasn't been working so well for him.
And to this day, the page remains as an unlaunched, inactive website. In spite of how much of a scumbag EDP445 truly was, you have to give him credit for sheer determination, because he then began to upload videos on another third-party website called 3Speak TV, where his account would be met with the same fate. It was banned.
He wrote, for some reason my channel was deleted. I don't have a clue what's going on. I didn't violate any guideline. Can you please tell me what's going on? EDP.
After this ban, it seemed as though EDP445 was slowly getting the message from each and every website. His career on the internet was finished. However, the internet wasn't finished with ending his career. Rich from Review Tech USA would state that he might be able to get a job working somewhere like Starbucks. However, it was only going to be so long before the trolls would come and inform them of his past.
But I don't even know if you could get a damn job at Starbucks and keep it, because you know the trolls are going to come after you and say, oh yeah, that guy you just hired, I wouldn't keep him employed. You'd probably lose a job at that coffee shop too real quick.
Rich would be correct in this.
Can you be called a troll if you inform the employee that he was trying to meet a 13-year-old girl after sending pictures of his own shit? A lot of like not safe for work chat messages that are probably not TOS.
His statement. EDP445 moved from Bakersfield, California to Henderson, Nevada following
I can show you the
expose,
video
where it seemed as though he managed to land a job as a Lyft driver in October 2021. However, this job would be fairly short-lived, as a video posted to TikTok by a user called Lennon Jimenez would expose EDP445's Lyft profile.
Bro went from wanting cupcakes to driving for Lyft.
And his position as a driver would subsequently be removed by the company. The situation would promote Reddit discussion, with one post stating EDP as a Lyft driver, how the mighty have fallen, which received comments such as, can you take me to the grocery store? I'ma go buy some cupcakes, and I hope he doesn't get on any food delivery apps. MF would eat my fries and I'd have missing slices of pizza. However, somewhat hilariously, it was revealed shortly thereafter that EDP had in fact been driving for both Uber Eats and Grubhub, which would also both fire him after finding out about the drama.
He was driving Lyft, he was driving for Grubhub and Uber Eats, and all three of those companies fired him.
According to a very basic unconfirmed source, EDP also apparently applied at Chuck E. Cheese, but for obvious reasons didn't seem to get the position. EDP445 no longer had the ability to make money online or in real life, as this revealed, unless he were to find some extremely low-skill niche job where they wouldn't check his name online and where he wouldn't have to interact with any customers who might expose him to whichever company he might be working for. With so many obstacles in the way of finding even the most basic of jobs, it's hardly surprising to find out that EDP has been attempting to change his name legally. The application shown on screen states that Bryant Moreland applied for a name change with the Nevada County Court on the 21st of October 2021. The strange part about this is that when you try and search the court register from the Reddit post by typing in his name, Bryant Moreland, it now states that there are no results found, possibly indicating that EDP445's name change has been successful and he's no longer known as Bryant Moreland.
As you can see, I did type in his name, Moreland Bryant, submit. No results found.
However, the problem with this, as outlined by the EDP445 subreddit, is that he's not exactly hard to spot. This idiot thinks this will fix anything, LeMayo. He will be spotted everywhere no matter his name. He should flee to Cuba or something like this. Changing his name isn't a good idea since it's gonna get leaked anyways.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
good does changing a name do when you're as easily recognizable as him, lol. He needs to lose hundreds of pounds and get a hair transplant. Perhaps the goal is to have his name hidden for long enough in order to get a job, as other sources state that he's been unsurprisingly struggling with money.
He's broke. Like, YouTube made him money, but after having that, he got broke real quick.
A user by the name of Master at Work, who was one of the people trying to expose EDP all the way back in 2020, stated in October that EDP had less than $3,300 cash left in his account, plus 2 cars and a couple of other things that he might be able to sell.
The only income that he has, other than the $3,300 that he has left in his bank account, is maybe the 40 grand in weapons and the 2 cars that he owns.
However, in the 2 months since October, users on Reddit used his car's license plate to confirm that EDP445 has sold one of his cars, possibly indicating that his cash stack has dwindled even further. In the same live stream during which Master at Work would discuss EDP's financial situation, it also mentioned that EDP had been evicted from his apartment complex as the property owner received numerous complaints about having him as a tenant.
Call up Spur Apartments and verify
wow.
it for yourself. EDP will no longer be living at Spur Apartments. The reason why he got evicted is because of constant harassment the property owner has been getting.
Since then, EDP has been living out of a suitcase at various hotels. However, even then, his detractors have been going around trying to get him kicked out of wherever he happens to be staying.
He's a danger to everyone in here.
Okay, so I just called security.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let security know
I
all
will
this information.
be more than happy to let them know. Thank you very much.
EDP's detractors have
Damn.
made his life such a living hell that if anything, an arrest or a short stint in prison would almost make his circumstances more comfortable. We'll preface this part by stating that there have been
This is actually a good conversation subject. Is this like reasonable? In a sense, I like this more than beating him up or killing him. Like a lot of people were asking or saying that's a reasonable way to respond to predators, is killing them or beating them up. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with harming another human being. But this, yeah, like you reap what you sow. A good point here. Don't try to get into the pants of a 13-year-old girl. Then your life might not get ruined. I don't have any sympathy.
Numerous accounts of EDP being arrested, however they never seem to have any rock-solid proof to go along with it, so take everything said in the next section with a grain of salt. In late October, a YouTuber by the name of Matt Simon seemed confident that EDP had been arrested, yet provided no evidence or reason for the arrest.
EDP has been arrested. Today is October 25th. It is 11:30 at night, and EDP has been arrested today. And he was actually arrested today. But I don't know what he was arrested for.
This claim clearly lacks credibility. People in the comments requested evidence, to which there seems to be none. However, a former friend of EDP445 by the name of Felipe claims to have some stronger evidence pertaining to the potential arrest of EDP445. Less than a month ago, on the 3rd of December 2021, he'd uploaded a video titled "Is EDP445 in Jail?" In this video, Felipe explained that while out having dinner, he'd get a call from a private number stating that it was EDP445 who was being held at the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center.
So the third time I picked up, I was like, hello, and it said, this is the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center, inmate for Bryant Moreland. Would you like to receive the call? And I like hung up, and then called again, and the same thing happened. Would you like to receive a call? So I said yes, because I was like, I was just curious to see, like, holy shit, like he got arrested, like wow,
The issue is the only evidence that he's able to provide is 4 no caller ID calls on his iPhone, which isn't exactly rock solid evidence to say the least, and Felipe's character is suspect at best. He only gets views when he talks about EDP445, and without EDP on the internet to defend himself, anyone can say anything.
Yeah,
Additionally,
that's
if
true.
EDP did successfully change his name in October or November as mentioned previously, this would prove the story to be fake, as the guy states that it was Bryant Moreland on the other end of the phone. One comment stated, "Looked up every inmate record in Clark County, which is where Henderson is, Kern County, which is where Bakersfield."
In a perfect world, he would be sent to court-ordered therapy, publicly apologize for his behavior, and warn others like him. But we don't live in a perfect world. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I think this is a good example of like, internet is a bad place full of bad people, and bad people can become famous. Like, I don't think this is... did it EDP state in the video that this wasn't the first time? This guy who orchestrated this is a piece of shit too. I don't want to glorify him. He's a racist piece of shit.
Doing here, why you came out, and what you did. You need to get help. We're honestly.
No, hold on.
Call the cops.
Please,
Go ahead.
please.
Call the cops.
Come on, man. Please. No. Please.
Call the cops.
Please, you guys up there.
This is disgusting.
You guys.
This is like sadist type of. You know what a sadist is?
You guys.
What's stopping me from pressing the green button? What's stopping me?
This is like sadist type of stuff.
Sorry.
This is disturbing stuff.
You guys.
This is not even like this is not like we've caught people where they say, oh, we just want to date you. We want to kiss.
And also another point, what these guys are doing isn't right. They should have taken the evidence to the police. And comments like this. I actually liked his stuff, and even when he got accused, I thought it was just hate, like just casual hate coming his way. I'm actually sad, like, wow, this is heartbreaking. I never thought this was how it would go down. And if still people like his stuff after everything, I think that's okay. It doesn't change the content, you know? Of course, a lot of people can't watch the content because they now know the person behind it. Case in point, for example, Kevin Spacey. Does what Kevin Spacey did change the fact that he was a brilliant actor? In my opinion, no. But I'm glad that both of them got exposed and both of them got caught. So people saying that they were sad and they were fans and shit, there's nothing wrong with that. There shouldn't be no hate towards them. But yeah, this was like a good filler to a conversation about pedos. Lucky that he came across.